Today on Practical Church Planting, we're going to give you a Facebook social media scheduling template to give you an idea of what you can post throughout the week.
Welcome everybody to Practical Church Planting, where in 15 minutes or less, we'll give you practical tips, advice, and encouragement to help you plant and grow healthy churches. My name is Brian Androsian. Joining me is Dylan Dodson, and today we're talking about the Facebook scheduling template.
I don't know about the
only.
But here's the deal. We want to give you a social media, or more specifically, that's the word, for Facebook. So we all know social media is important. In fact, you can go to episode 2, way back.
In the Wayback Machine.
And we talk about some tips and advice for social media. And so I want to give you some a template that you can actually implement like right away. And you could probably do all of these. I mean, you can if you want to do all of these next week, so that you actually have something to post from Sunday to Friday. Every day of the week, except for Saturday, you actually have a guaranteed post. So to make sure you're engaging and you actually have content going out every single day, so you can engage people online.
Oh, this is gold.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go day by day and explain how you can do the post. And we use all of these here at New City. Ours looks a little bit different because we do a little bit more than just one post a day most days, depending on what we're doing. But we actually do all of these posts. It may not be necessarily each of these specific days, but we do all of them. So this is not just like, hey, this is something you could do. Like, we actually do them and they work.
This is tried and true.
Tried and true. But a social media template for Facebook to give you a post every single day. Here's what we do.
Let's do it.
Starting on Sunday evening, we post Sunday pictures. So we actually have a photography team, one person every Sunday, because our space isn't very big. We'll take pictures, send it to somebody else who edits them, and we post them Sunday night.
That evening.
This is the second most engaging thing we post, no matter of all the things that we post on social media on Facebook. Now, you may not have someone who's like taking pictures with a nice camera, but the great thing about smartphones is a lot of them have nice cameras.
That's true.
Especially if you have an iPhone, Team Apple. So what you can do is you can have, and here's the thing, a lot of people enjoy photography, social media. They just don't even know that they can serve the church in this way.
Yeah.
I guarantee you have people in your church, no matter how big or small your church is, that like taking pictures.
Yep.
And if you told them you can actually use this to serve the church, they would be super excited about it.
Yep.
So if you don't have people with super nice cameras, that's fine. You use a iPhone and take a few pictures. A bunch of pictures are taken. We normally post between 5 to 8 because we don't want to post too many. We post them every Sunday evening. So you can take a picture of some people in the parking lot, some people in the lobby, a picture or two of the service, some people hanging out, or when I say the service, of like when the service is actually happening, a picture of the pastor that day preaching during the service, or the worship team, people talking before and after the service. You want to be careful with kids. We don't generally post pictures of anybody's kids unless like we know them and they've given us their consent.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, just take a few pictures of what happened that Sunday morning. People love to see pictures of people, and your people love to see pictures of themselves because we're just human beings and we like to see pictures of ourselves.
Yep.
And people are smiling. So.
And I'd be careful in assuming that no one in your church is good at photography or does photography, because that is one thing that there's probably more people that you know that are good at it than you realize.
Yeah. And we found that since we started doing this.
Ask around, even if you don't think people do. And more people own decently nice cameras than you realize.
Exactly.
There are people that buy them just take pictures of their family with.
Right. And so again, it doesn't have to be super high depth, majorly edited. People just love pictures of people. Take a few pictures of stuff that happened that morning, post them Sunday night. Your people will love it. They'll share it. They'll engage it. And the more often you post engaging content, the more Facebook will show it to everybody else that's on Facebook.
That's right.
To everyone that likes your page. So post pictures on Sunday night. That's something that you and I could do. We do. Very effective. On Monday, you can post a message quote. Here's what a message quote is. It's a picture of the preacher that day with their main bottom line. Now, we've talked about in previous episodes the importance of a bottom line. We won't get into that here.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't have a bottom line, but one of your main points. A picture of the person preaching, and in that same picture have the text of that quote.
Yeah.
Quotes are actually retweeted on Twitter and engaged more on Facebook than even Bible verses. And Bible verses are actually engaged with a lot. Pictures of Bible verses.
So are you saying we shouldn't do a Bible verse?
So here's what I'm saying. Get double mileage out of this.
Ooh.
Take your picture of your main point or a main point of the message, person preaching with it next to them, and then the text on Facebook should be the main verse that that point is taken from. So then you get a Bible verse, you get a picture, and you get a quote. So again, if you're preaching through 10 verses of a text or whatever, what is the one verse that goes best with that main point? Because then it shows people you're not just making stuff up, like this is actually from Scripture.
Yeah.
So Monday, post a picture with the quote in the picture of the pastor preaching, include a Bible verse. People really engage with that.
Perfect.
On Tuesday, this one I admit, if you don't video record your sermons, this is not going to be possible for you, but post a clip. So we call it a message clip of your sermon. 1 to 2 minutes max, because people don't go on Facebook to watch long videos.
Yeah.
1 to 2 minutes max. of the main point or part of the service that really was engaging. So you have to go in there. I mean, we use iMovie. It doesn't have to be crazy at all.
Right.
Just literally take the video, put it in iMovie, go to the part that sounds good, crop it at the beginning and end, and just put it there. Also super engaged. And here's what's the benefit of a message clip. Is that people that really like the message will like it and share it with their friends.
Yep.
If someone says, hey, this message at my church was really impactful, go listen to it. No one's going to listen to it like a 40-minute thing.
True.
Most likely not, especially if they're not Christians and they don't really care about church. But if someone was really impacted by the message and they can share this clip with them, it goes a long way. And it's really cool for people to see a little bit what's going on without having them have to listen to an entire message.
Totally. And one good thing that Monday and Tuesdays posts do, and then we'll move on from there, but they not only help get more engagement, they help people share it more, but it helps your people retain the message that they heard more. You get them seeing the bottom line again, seeing another clip that probably may include the bottom line, and just seeing these things more and more throughout the week will help them retain what they heard past just Sunday.
That's a great point, especially for us because we have bottom lines for our messages. They're very important. Monday is typically a bottom line quote, or the quote is always the bottom line, and typically the clip is also the bottom line, so it's being reinforced. Side note, if you're going to post something that happened on the Sunday, you want to post it by Tuesday because after Tuesday, people are kind of forgetting what happened on the weekend.
Thinking towards the next weekend.
So Sunday, post pictures of your service, people. Monday, post a quote. Tuesday, post a clip. Wednesday. We've talked about this in some other episodes. Won't get into big detail here, but our most engaging thing by far, and I tell the people, steal this and do it. I don't know why more churches aren't doing it, especially churches that have the ability to do it.
Yeah.
We have something called People of New City, where every Wednesday evening we have a picture taken. We take it beforehand, but we post them. We schedule them out. They're posted on Wednesday evening of someone in our church and a blurb about their life. It does not have to be long. It does not have to be spiritual. It can be 4 or 5 sentences. It could be 10. I mean, you don't want to be too long. Maybe 10 sentences max. And people can talk about if they're in college, classes are going on, if they're pregnant, or if they just had a baby, what life's like,
whatever's
their
going
job,
on in life.
whatever. And people love it. People share it. People engage in it. And this is not that hard to do.
Right.
All you have to do is get people's pictures in advance. Say, I'm going to take your picture so you can get enough so you're not scrambling every week.
Yeah.
And then you just have them send you a little blurb. You can edit it to make sure, grammar's good, all that sort of thing. And then you post it.
Yep.
And it is by far the most engaging thing we do every single week. Every single week.
And the great thing about this is not only is it extremely engaging and nothing even really comes close to it, but it also gives people more ownership of the church. If they see someone, or if they see themselves and they're not, on staff or a super high capacity leader, it helps them take more ownership of the church. See that this church actually cares enough about me to want to feature me.
And here's the thing, everybody that likes that person and that person will share it.
Yep.
So they share it, gets more engagement, and it just shows that your people is full of normal people.
Yep.
And it goes a really long way. Again, it's not hard. You just get people's pictures, you have them send blurbs. If you want to see what this looks like, you can go to our Facebook page, New City RDU, and just scroll down and you'll find it.
Yep.
Or if you go to newcityrdu.com/people, we also archive everything. So you just take a picture, do a post, and people love it. It shows that you have just normal people sharing normal things, not super spiritual, and it gets a lot of traction.
Yeah, it's great.
And people really love it. So that's something that you can do. More churches should do it. Some churches do like volunteer spotlights like once a month, and those are better than nothing.
Yes.
But I still think there's something special about this. It doesn't have to be just people that are highly like super givers and members and staff, like just your average people that come to your church. I think it's really effective, and I don't just think it. It is by far the most engaging thing we post.
Yep, absolutely.
Every week. So people of New City, you can do people of whatever your church is. So
yeah, don't do people
that.
of New City.
Unless your church is named New City, you can. But literally go to our post. It says / people of New City in all caps / then it has the quote.
Yep.
And then it has the picture. And it's awesome. So that's on Wednesday. On Thursday, you can do for lack of a better term, a fun post. We've talked about this in previous episodes. Not everything needs to be spiritual. It should be spiritual. You should post things. Some things should be, can be. But you need to post things that are fun and engaging and give people a reason to actually want to follow you.
Yeah.
And if you do that, when you do post the things that are more spiritual in nature, maybe like a message quote or clip, people are more likely to listen because they trust you and they have a relationship and they like following you online. So some of the ways that we do it here at New City, sometimes we do GIF comments. So like a couple
GIF
months
comments,
ago, it's GIF. It's GIF because the guy who made it says GIF. But anyway,
not
another
J.
debate for another day.
Yeah.
A couple months ago, Friday the 13th is Friday the 13th. And everyone freaks out about Friday the 13th. So we posted, today's Friday the 13th with a GIF in the post of like a calendar that says 13.
Yeah.
Comment below, how does Friday the 13th make you feel? And people were posting all these quotes. Some people were like, I don't care. Some people were like, people were running around screaming is really fun. Or, here in Raleigh, college basketball is really big. It just started. So when the week college basketball started, We posted a picture, or we said comment below your GIF of your favorite team.
Yeah.
And people just love GIFs. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I love GIFs. I texted GIFs.
It's hilarious.
They're awesome. That's one way. Another way you could do it is do like a poll. So like for Halloween, we posted a picture and there was like 8 different pieces of candy. And we said comment below which one's your favorite.
Right.
And it's just fun way for people to comment and engage. You have people that don't even like your page commenting because they'll see it, their friends commented and it'll show up in their news feed. And it's just a fun, lighthearted way to engage with people.
Yeah, I think it just shows that you're not just trying to, I don't know, get people to do things or just trying to over spiritualize everything, but that you are a church of regular people, and regular people like to have fun.
So there you go. You can do a fun post on Thursday. Yep. And on Friday, you can post what we kind of call ours a weekend video. Tell people what's coming up that weekend at your church. If you have an event, you can talk about the event and what's Sunday, or if it's just Sunday, which most of the time it is just Sunday.
Yeah.
You can talk about what you're talking about that Sunday. A minute and a half or less. Say, hey, this Sunday at blank church, New City Church, we're talking about this. We're continuing our series. Here's why you should come. Here's why you should bring a friend. And we post, and you can post it on Friday and get a minute or two at most, and just give people an idea that's coming up. Remind them to come. Remind them to invite a friend, and just shares with you what's happening.
Yep, it's something anyone can do. You don't have to have any fancy video equipment to do.
Right. You can use a camera. Now, with the camera, an iPhone, make sure you're doing landscape.
And
I always get these wrong. Is it landscape?
It's landscape. Yes.
Like not vertical.
Landscape. Yep.
Horizontal.
And have someone else film it. Just
don't do selfies.
Don't do selfie videos. Have someone else hold it.
Better than nothing, but we would just encourage us to have someone else hold the camera. And so here, I'll say it again, then I'll make another point real quick. Sunday pictures, we do on Sunday night. Monday, message quote. Tuesday, message clip. Wednesday, people of your church. Thursday, a fun post. Friday, a weekend video. You may have noticed one thing, other than the weekend video a little bit, is missing from this schedule.
Ooh.
What is missing? There is nothing very promotional.
Yes.
See, we always think Facebook and social media is promotional. It's come to this thing, don't forget this, give to this, put this on your calendar. Like if all we're going to do is spam people, there's no reason for them to follow.
Yes.
And there's no reason for people that don't go to your church to follow you, right? We want to use social media on the offensive, not defensive. We want to be engaging people so that if they ever decide, let's say no one invited, but they ever decide to go to church somewhere, they ever have spiritual questions, they're going to go to, they're probably going to go to your church because they've seen your stuff. And they're like, well, this church seems to care, so I'm going to check them out. And so, yes, you should absolutely post, an event thing or this coming up. Most recent research, I think, from Pro Church Tool says that they find 1 in 5 should be it now. So every 1 promotional post, you need to do 5 non-promotional posts, which also means that you should only post 1 or 2 promotional things a week. Especially if you follow this template, that's 5. This is 6 posts.
Yeah.
1 of them is promotional, weekend video.
Yep.
So that's kind of the only. You don't need to post everything on social media, especially as a side note. If it's not relevant to a large portion of your congregation, don't be posting it on social media because then you're going to be posting every single event, and that's not. If it's not relevant, they're not going to follow your page.
Yeah, we all have people that or businesses or whatever that we follow that do nothing but promote things, and even if you don't unfollow them, you tune them out.
As soon as
you see the icon, you never stop to look at it. And you could be missing the greatest things ever. But the more you just give people and give them value instead of asking them to give you something, the more when you do these promotional things, they're actually going to stop because they're used to stopping at things that you do. They're used to engaging with you.
Absolutely. So that is a Facebook scheduling template you can use this week. Today to start making sure that you're having content you're putting out there. Thanks so much for listening. As always, if you have questions about social media, church planting ministry, practicalplanting.com/questions. We'll talk about it in a future episode. Thanks for listening, being with us, and we'll be with you next time on Practical Church Planting. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Practical Church Planting. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or Practical Planting, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, make sure you like or subscribe or do whatever it's telling you to do or should do on that platform.
And hey, if you are so tired of looking at our ugly faces, but you're not tired of listening to our beautiful voices, then you can find our podcast if you just search Practical Church Planting on iTunes or Google Play. Make sure not to just find it, not just to listen, but to subscribe.
Make sure you subscribe. Brian, tell them to subscribe.
Subscribe.
See you next time.